Building foreign media brands in China. Now this is thoughtful. Hello, I'm Kitty Bu in Shanghai. Although foreign media companies have an uneasy relationship with China's leadership, many have found an enthusiastic welcome from local readers and viewers. This week on Thoughtful China, we're talking with Tracy Zhang, president of ftchinese.com, the Chinese language online publication of the Financial Times, about how she was building a business in China by providing news and analysis for the country's top business people and decision makers. Tracy, thanks for coming into our studio today.
Thanks, Kitty, for inviting.
FT in China chose to focus on digital publishing rather than print. What was behind that decision?
China has been an important market for Financial Times for many years, and digital is also one of the most important strategies of the FT in the past years. So China has a big potential in terms of digital advertising and digital content consumption. That's why ftchinese.com was launched 8 years ago in China. Up to now, we have 1.9 million registered users already. And through this website, we aim to bring FT's award-winning business information to China's growing business elite. And actually, these days, more and more users are also trying to get information through different devices, like website, mobile site, iPad application, iPhone application, Android application, and Windows 8 application. We also have our events, offline events in China, so users can also get information through those offline events in different major cities.
You mentioned that you have now 1.9 million registered users of your FT Chinese website. So who are these viewers who's reading, consuming your news? How do they compare in terms of like income, age, to your readers, say, in the UK or in the US?
Yeah, we ask our readers in China to register with us when they try to attend certain marketing campaigns or if they want to go to some offline events. So according to the registration information of this 1.9 million registered users, as well as the annual reader survey we have done in the past 8 years, we can tell that generally speaking, the readers in China are mainly young, highly influential, highly educated, and highly affluent people. I can share some data with you to tell a better story. According to the reader survey from last year, we have done with Millwall Brown. Most of our readers' average age is 35 years old, with 83% male, 52% are business decision makers of their organizations, and 83% are holding a bachelor's degree or above, and 52% traveled or lived abroad, and 48% owning more than one high-end luxury watch, and another 48% having more than one car, and 28% of them flies either business or first class. In terms of location, 95% of them are based in mainland China. Among the mainland China users, another 50% of them are from major cities, tier 1 cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen. So yeah, comparing to the users, readers outside of mainland China, especially those English readers, our readers in China should be younger than the users outside of mainland China. But they are also looking for information about the local market, about the international market, and especially those news about economic development and financial markets.
It's interesting, the data that you shared with us, and one particular thing that stick with me is the fact that 42% owns more than one luxury watch. So how do you choose content for these people then? When you make a decision of what to put on your website, is it simply translating the articles from your English news service, or was it more original reporting in Chinese from China, or is it a mixture of both?
Yeah, actually considering the local readers' reading habit and their demand for content, we usually select and translate stories from ft.com with that part should be 50%, and with the rest contributed by local columnists and contributors in mainland China. And actually, according to the readers' survey and according to the traffic analysis we have made in the past years, we find that readers in China are more looking for content like what's happening on the local market and China's economic development, Asian and China financial markets, as well as those major events on the global market. And some of our users are trying to follow some columnist updates. For instance, Martin Wolf is FT's chief economic commentator. He has a lot of fans in China, and his stories are mostly read by Chinese readers these days. And of course, another trend is that more and more Chinese readers are getting information through different platforms. Like what I just mentioned, they are getting information through a website and through those mobile applications. So according to the traffic from last year, we can see that 20% of the traffic is contributed by the readers' use of our applications.
We know that some media websites has been shut down by the government recently due to some sensitive stories. Is that a concern for your website? Are you worried that someday you're going to publish an article or a news article that is going to trigger the same result?
Yeah, that's a typical China media market issue. Actually, we think that through delivering major economic and financial information to Chinese readers, we could affect the local readers group. And actually, we are also trying to follow all of those laws and regulations and policies in China. Of course, in terms of content quality control, we usually just stick to the principles of the FT, and we wouldn't do any content censorship in China, not only in China but also in the global market. So, but up to now, our operation in China is running very well, especially that the investment in China and the commitment in China is very profitable now.
Tracy, are your advertisers largely the same as your advertisers back in the UK?
Yes, actually the advertisers in China are mostly from the same categories in China as well. For instance, they are mainly from the categories of luxury, business education, banking, IT, and travel. So the advertisers in China these days are more and more willing to spend on online media, so which is a good news for us.
Yeah, because one of the challenges that a lot of the communities face is that Chinese readers move towards digital consumption much faster than advertisers. And you know, traditional media companies, for example, are finding it hard to make money out of news. I wonder if FT is on that front more willing to shift your ad dollars to online?
Yeah, as I just mentioned, the advertisers in China are very willing to spend money on the online media. I think it's because social media is growing very fast in China, and also mobile, those new media, mobile media, are also developing very fast in China. Actually, new devices provide even more opportunities for media in China. So I should say in the past several years, the market has been educated, and also that's the same case for the advertisers. So we can see the trend is that advertisers will spend even more on online media, considering the ROI and the target audience. Of course, some key factors are still the key consideration of advertisers in China. For instance, the quality of your content and the quality of your audience and the editorial environment. Those are still the main main factors that the advertisers would think about before they make any decision. So that's also what ftchinese.com would focus on.
So you mentioned that advertisers here in China, at least, are more willing to spend ad dollars into digital media, online media. But is that the same sort of trend you see overall on a global scale, or is that very particular for the China market? Perhaps maybe the West has something to learn from what's happening in China?
Actually, if you look at FT's strategy change these days, you will see that the same trend is on the global market. FT, in the past several years, FT tried to combine its traditional content, traditional print strategy with by applying some digital channels and digital content delivering. So this strategy works. It's very successfully implemented in the past years, and I believe that will continue to success in the next few years in the near future.
So looking forward, do you think in the West, FT will have a print edition for many more years, or will it go the way of Newsweek?
Yeah, considering the digital strategy I just mentioned, I think FT will continue to do some more transformation from print to digital. But you also have to take into consideration the readers' habit, because some of the readers are still willing to consume content through print rather than digital. So there's a very good combination of print and the digital within the FT in the global market. I think that will continue in the near future.
As somebody who's been following the business world for many more years very closely, I was wondering from your perspective, how do you find the media environment for your company to operate in China compared to, say, 3 and 5 years ago?
Mm-hmm. I have spent up to 20 years with the media industry in China. According to my experience, I think the situation in China for international media players has been improved a lot, especially when new digital devices and social media provide a lot of new opportunities for the media as a whole. And the local media players in our category, like local business media players, are growing up very fast as well. If you consider the advertisers thinking about China, you will see that the pie itself is becoming bigger for the whole media industry. So I think the situation will be even better in the next few years.
Your job, running a foreign company for a media company in China, certainly is not an easy job. What is the toughest part of your job?
Yeah, there are a lot of ups and downs doing media business in China. But it's similar to other industries actually in China. I think among all of those tough issues, how to choose and how to grab opportunities to expand your business, that's always a hard question to answer. And how to balance new investment and how to keep your existing business grow steadily, that's also a tough question. And of course, on current China's market, how to keep talents is also among the tough issues you have to think about every day.
Thank you, Tracy, for being on Thoughtful China.
Thank you.
That wraps it up for today. Be sure to subscribe to us on Tudo and YouTube. You can also follow us on Weibo and Twitter and join our LinkedIn group. See you again.